welcome everyone. It's 4:10 on the clock. So the opposite of 10:04. So I guess you haven't received the message yet. So that's where we're going to go. This read on the table is going to be the main part of the message today. I just did a meditation before starting this video, which then took me through another message. So I was just doing that for you. So I'm going to tell you the message that came through in my meditation, and then the short message that came through with that was very significant. So we have this main read on the table, and I have another like mini Divine Masculine read I did. I'll probably bring to you as well. It depends how long it takes here. And also don't forget to check my Instagram messages, because there's some great messages with the Crystal Angels deck, as well as I've been doing a message of the day with the number of the day card. Like today is the 26, which is the Page of Wands, and the day today adds up to the, what was today? The 41, the Ace of Cups. So I did a message with that as well. And I do that with music, which really gives a different energy to it. So check them out. So this message I had in my meditation just before starting your video, probably an hour ago, it started out, I was seeing a wing of a bird, like straight up though. All you saw was the wing. It's like having your left arm up, but your left arm is a wing. And that's what I was seeing, this left wing up in the air. And as it started to progress, the wing kind of like opened up and folded back over itself, and it became a bridge. And I'm going to show you my little drawing. They're not great drawings, but it was coming up like this. So this wing comes up in and folds over into this bridge with a very small opening here. And then I get closer and closer to the opening as this magnetic energy is flowing here, and it's getting more light and light and light as we go through here. We go through that portal right there, and then it gets all jumbled up. But I was definitely getting this shape connected to some other shapes, but it wouldn't stay still. And then it ends up in my third eye, which I see at times, which was a green eye with the people in the middle, but the green was a little bit darkened, like it was, a little bit sick. It still needed some clearing there. And of course, the green is the heart chakra. And then that eye peeled back. It was really cool. So it was like this. And the layer of the eye peels back into the wings again. Okay, so it peels back. And then I see this large bird flying, where this wing was light, this wing was dark. And there was clearly an energy of a green lightened channel on this side and a golden channel on that side. But then I was getting later in the message that it was blue and gold. It's just we were seeing more of the blended green on the feminine side. And it's 4:14 on the clock for whatever reason you need to know that. The 4 is the Emperor, the 14 is that the Temperance card, that higher love energy. But I'm also getting that just the 4s on either end with the 1 in the middle. 2 emperors arcing in the middle or bridging. There's 2 emperors coming together, and that might be a more of a global message there. So so this the green eye pulls back into this bird, which is then flying away from me, like straight ahead towards the horizon. And then as it gets towards the horizon, I was then getting it turning left and soaring left. So again, there's that energy also of the vertical and horizontal pillars. So what did that mean? So I was just expecting to pull a card or two to see if they wanted to give me some specific energy about what the message was. I mean, obviously there's a lot of messages you can get out of this energy here. So the left wing was coming up as the luck card here. I'm not going to give you all the cards because it is more of a lengthy message there. So this was the first card out, which is the 19 of the Sun and luck and the 4-leaf clover. But you also see this is the 4 chambers of the heart, and you'll get a Celtic cross in the spaces between. Okay, that's the 4, which also is the combination of 2 toruses together. Also brings up that same shape of the Easter eggs cracked open, but also again that Celtic cross energy in the spaces between. So that was the first card out, and the underlying energy was the unicorns, the light and the dark. So again, reflecting the bird's wings of the light and the dark, and the activation of the chakra system in between. And again, the gold and blue becoming the green of healing. And so again, that's the energy of the throat chakra and the solar plexus, with the heart in the middle of the green. And so then we go into the 4-leaf clover that falls over and becomes the bridge, with a small arch opening, like I showed you, in the heart, lit up with the wounded warrior's wish about to come true, as his heart is in her hands. Of the 34, which is the energetic exchange, the arrows of love, there's this energy upon closer look at that portal that you're going through. Within that energetic exchange and arrows of love, in the heart of hands enfolded, hand fasting and arrows of love, is I was also adding the numbers as the 54 page of Swords message then became the 69 of the Ace of Pentacles, this big huge offering, the 1935-34, which then equals the 88 of the twins dancing side by side, in transition to gold that was then a little bit unclear or choppy perhaps a need to align chakras. And then 101 came up, which is the 2 pillars with the space between, which is that bridging with source, right? Just like the bridge I showed you, right? The 2 stone solid pillars are the earthlings, right, of mass, and then that little opening in the middle, this energy of source embodiment of us, the bridge between us. The E, the 2 pillars and the bridge coming in again, with space between them, and again the space is the bridge. On the other side of that bridge, as we went through that little portal, with all the light then expanding around us, we get to the other side and it's all a jumble. The third eye a bit dirty green, so therefore there may be some illness of the heart chakra via the lungs and the throat clearing. Thus the green eye then peels back as the wings again, the bird flying away from me towards the horizon line. With light left wing and dark right wing, the crystal green spine left and gold right, or blue and gold showing the green, more of the blending between. As the 12 Fool is the hanging man and the fool, or perhaps best friends, hanging out, gazing at the horizon together, being recorded from a beautiful view, perhaps a mountaintop or seashore cliff, or from the eagles or e-gulls nest at 113. The plane then comes in as the 26, which is the energy of today, the Page of Wands, that takes off for Fantasy Island as the 18 of the lover's romance path, always a choice between 2, them or you. The 44 of Hercules or her harvest, and a honeymoon perhaps, with love and romance and a dream come true, with earth and moon and taking that risk. The 21 and 82 then comes up as the 82 is a reflection of the twins around the world. And remember, the world 21 is also the 2 and the 1 of the feminine and the masculine. 2 stars escorting the moon, which the moon also references the Mary Magdalene JC path. The 2 pillars with space between. From one world to the next, like Pisces to Aries, and endless love. The 7 of the cracker and 2 of the angel, and 3 beware, and the 20 of marriage. 7, 2, and 320 of the 4 of Pentacles, and the journey of the divine masculine, the chariot of fire, and the 2 of the angel with wings open wide, protecting them, as 9 to 12 and 32 was the eagle soaring towards marriage, that bonding again of 2 as 1. To be careful when or who you trust at this time, or just be to use who are. Incognito, to destination marriage around the world in 80 days, and the hourglass, and our glasses raised to us, or yes, two of us. The Empress's call as the 9 eagles soars over the mountains to the 4 of birth and the 8 of the dragonfly and the 30 of the union of the sun. The hermit and the emperor too as one dance in the sun and sun flowers or flowers. 19 to 13 to 21, 51 is the hermit's transition around the world with the King of Swords. She started the journey, which is only fitting that he finishes it. Perhaps September, or her awakening, his rebirth of 2 hearts as one, where the sun flowers, or perhaps August 30th at the full moon to the 31st, which happens over 2 days. And it was interesting too, because I just brought that up because my son's 18th birthday actually happened to be on the 2nd day of a 2-day win of the Phillies, way back when that was. So again, this is something over 2 days, which the full moon is August 30 to the 31st. And reminding me of the 2-day Phillies win. And the Phillies remind you of a young horse as well. So the 11 of flowers and 338 came up at that time, which is a significant number because 33 is that Christ vibration and 38 is very much a Mary Magdalene energy. Okay? So the 11 of flowers, 24 of patience, the 32 of transformation, and the 36 of the world, which then crescendo from 11 to 35, 67, and 103. The alignment with justice and compassion of gold and pink, the union with the golden sun, aligns with the pink flowers, with an open heart and generosity. The Queen of Wands and Omega, an enlightenment with patience, of the hourglass infinity, right? The hourglass is the middle of the 8, for the shared part of us, right? For transformation of breaking the chains on the journey around the world with atlas and map of intent. Perhaps at sea, as the 16 of the lion and the 5 of celebrations comes up, the 25 of phoenix and the 1 of abundance, going from 16 to 21, 46, and 47, as the lion's sudden roar marks the celebration of freedom, of the light in the box, the rolling stone cracked open, the Knight of Wands phoenix that rises from the ashes, or that bright light, the icing on the cake, in a one for all and all for one moment, which is today. The Ace of Cups again comes up, 41, of magic abundance and lucky times ahead. The Tower, the world, 6 of Cups and 7 of Cups, in sudden change around the world, thrown up in the air with a hip hip hooray, as the lion gifts and the dragon ignites. The book opens to angelic wake-up call to action as Cinderella's chariot arrives for lovers. Again, his chariots of fire, her chariots of Cinderella, right? Which cinder is fire as well. Arrives for the lovers, a higher love calling from 14, 6, 15, and 31 cards of lovers, angel, and devil, the 14 and 15, or one on each shoulder like an Animal House. The open book, the key and lock, 2 different ways of opening up. The 31, and then the cards add up from 14 to 20, 35, and 66, is weathering the challenges of that higher love, of judgment, and that wake-up call. The surrender to the Queen of Pentacles, 66, in the Golden Gates. The 28 of the Hydra, twin snakes, and the 23 of the King of Wands, wise owls, guiding your way, with the 29 and 22 gifts from the electric stars and magnetic mountain to Muhammad, the 5D stationing. Present on the fool's journey with an open heart and a leap of faith, 28, 51, 80, and 102 of the twin flame path, the King of Swords, and destined to dance with source support as the 102, the divine masculine and divine feminine with space between for cushioning. The bridge between, I was just getting the boomerang there too, the bridge between 2 gates as one, with 10, 27, 33, and 19, going back to the first card again, which is then crescendos from 1037 to 70 and 89, which is the Wheel of Fortune, the destiny of the three keys of alchemy and the King of Cups, unconditional love, to the 70, which is that Two of Pentacles, right? That juggling act, to the 89 of the Phi energy of expanding and contracting, and then collapsing to the middle in reflection. Destined fiery proposal of two unicorns on the 33 bridge, with sun and luck on their side in the four chambers of the heart. Burning the old, along with the Queen's Gambit, that watery energy of Pisces. Remember, the two C's of Pi then go through each other, folding inside out and coming out the other end as the Pisces symbol, the C's back to back. Or 1027 coming up here with two rings, two unicorns at the golden gates of the heart and the 33 bridge. And then 1019 comes up with a new passion to stand up for oneself, two as one, not just yourself. As the two come up as the 23 pillars, pods. So the King of Wands, or this year is 2023, as the 698 pods on either end, with the 33 bridge between them, the two peas in a pod on either side, with the bridge between them, which is then that hourglass in between, the infinity symbol with their two halves independent still on the other side. So the 23 pillars, PODs or pods, with unity consciousness connecting them, that 33 bridge, the rainbow 4D bridge, the arc, the arch, the whispering bench. And these last four cards come up as the energy of fire, water, earth, and air, which is the order of the tarot deck. In the fourth quarter, ether, or, comes together at 409, which is the 4 of the Emperor and the 9 of the Hermit, which we started out the read with, I believe that was as well. So that was the message just from before your video started. And now we have the read on the table here. So let's go ahead and take our deep breath. We're going to roll the die and pull oracles at the end as well, if you'd like to. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Another deep breath. One more deep breath. Again, sending so much love and blessings out to you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day. All right, so let's get into this twin flame message here. And if you're going to listen to this message, listen to the whole thing. I had read the last 2 pages of this message to my daughter, and Teddy ended up licking my feet at the end, and it was so much this energy of where Mary Magdalene usually oils Jesus's feet. It was this message of turning around where then Jesus oils her feet. So let's go ahead and roll the die. We have the 1, which is the Magician. It's also the Divine Masculine energy, the energy of the leap, and again, Gemini or Virgo energies perhaps. And then we have Gemini coming up on its own. So Gemini is definitely here, that 2 as one energy, 1 and 2 of the masculine and the feminine. And then here we have, and again, Gemini is all about communications. And so Gemini and Gemini, the magic of communication. And then we have Mars coming up here. Okay, so Mars is that Aries energy. And again, I'm getting that arrow of direction, as I was telling you about the eagle soaring towards the horizon straight ahead and then soaring left, but also the energy of the vertical north and left or west was coming up here. So again, the masculine and the feminine as 1 and 2 with direction, which is the two Tauruses with direction. Really cool, guys. As I just told you about the 2 pods being the pillars with that space in the middle. It's that same kind of energy here. And this could be masculine and feminine going on a trip as well, because this is taking action. So Mars, I always get the library with that too as well, the Gemini energy there. The library, the living library as well, right? So Akashic Records coming up as well, along with Aries. So 1 in Aries coming up, and Aries is the first sign. Again, the pillars, this is 2 masculine pillars with the feminine, making the feminine the center of attention. Very cool. And look, Aries is showing on this side as well as the 2 of the 1-2 of the masculine and the feminine, and the 69 over here of the 698 pod. So how perfect is that? And we have the crescent moon here too. So I guess that's where we are, is we're approaching the full moon on the 30th to the 31st. All right, so this is the message on the table. And again, very significant, last 2 pages. I mean, listen to the whole read, but don't leave it halfway through, because the last 2 pages were really, really cool. All right, so at 10:01 I did this. It was at 10:01 at night. So this was right before the 24th. And today's the 26th. So I was pulling some of the energies of the Egyptian decks that I just bought too, right? The Greek gods, and so not necessarily Egyptian, but you know, that energy of Greece and the Egyptian and Greek gods energies. And there's some really cool energy coming up with that, so we'll have to play with them some more. But I cut the deck at 10:01, so again, the reflecting destinies here of the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 1 of the Magician. And then I finished the clarifications from at 10, 14 to 15, which I didn't realize. So now we have the 14 and 15 again of the angel and the devil and their destiny together, right? The light and the shadow. And the only major arcana in this read is the shadow. And before that, in the underlying energies over here, is the Ascension card, which is the world. And that was it for the major arcana, which is very few. We almost always have more than 1 or 2 major arcana coming up in our reads. So there's 2 wands, 2 cups, 3 swords, and 3 pentacles. So we have the 22 and 33 of the 22 of the Fool's Journey, the 33 of the 7 of Wands, standing up for oneself, but it's also the Christ consciousness, the 4D bridge, and the 22 of the 5D station coming up here, with the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Swords being the main players in the read. Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and Knight of Swords, as well as the 9 of Wands comes up there as the Wounded Warrior. The 9 of Wands. Oh yeah, okay, so the 9 of Wands is in the read. It's over there in the recent past. I just want to make sure that wasn't after the read. And we also have the Page of Cups in the read is the last card over here. Okay, so this last card is the Page of Cups. As far as the numbers, we had triple fives, and then double 2s, 7s, and 10s. Okay, so the triple fives is a whole lot of change, and it adds up to the 15 of the shadow or the devil. The 22 is the journey, the fool. It is the Fool card. The 77 is the sovereign energy of the 9 of Pentacles, and then 1010 reminds us to keep that vibration real high. We have 1, 2, 3 jump. We have the 25, which is the Knight of Wands, the 23 of the King of Wands, the 45 of the 5 of Cups, the 56 of the 2 of Swords, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, and 79, which for me is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and then 910 to begin again and again and again. Keep coming back to center, to the heart, to the present moment. We also have 57, which is the 3 of Swords, and 710, which is the 0 backing up the 71 of the 3 of Pentacles, which for me is co-creation. So the code line here is all about the number 32, which reduces to 5. 32 is the Journey card, 5 is the Hierophant. The journey of the Master of the Hidden House, which is that energy of that fool's journey with an open heart and a leap of faith. The code line here, the translation of those messages were about time out. Maybe iffy here with Sophia, and the Shah 59 came up. Seeing the key or seeking E, which can represent the house or one equal and congruent to the Page of Cups on that 32 Fool's Journey with the Six of Wands here, of urgent emotions, the message of Source, and that Phi energy of Sophia expanding and contracting or collapsing to the middle, so Phi, and then the A of human connection to others, the Lamb and offspring, the Ivy reflection of the grandmother, or the showing of the power of Christ, that Christ consciousness, seeing the key of the Queen of Cups' journey of Mary Magdalene, of urgent emotions. So I looked up the Shaw 59, and what came up was a game site from reddit.com. It was r/contest of champions, and the now legend Shaw 59 came out. All right, so it was a global chat and started, this is quoted, the comment there was global chat and started shit-talking players and making fun of lower level players. And then that was 1 year ago, I think. And then 6 years ago, there was a comment about his top champ was Loki, L-O-K-I, and now the whole global MCOC players felt disappointed and cursing Kabam for Sentry. But Shaw 59 took him to 5/65, which means nothing to me, but it may to some of you who play these games. So at 11:51, which is the alignment with the King of Swords, which is also Libra, King of Swords, many fans, or Sophia, the sine wave also coming up here. Again, the energy of Sophia that's easy to digest. The energy of the lightweight, easy, which also can be construed as immoral, weak, or soft. The grandmother, food. The number 9 coming up here. To see the key, reflecting creation, finishing up, easy to go down, the contents of a man, the grandmother's food. To see the key of the Queen of Cups, wise of emotions, taking the high road. In the temple of E, of 2 of urgent emotions, towering Holy Grail, which is today's energy of the Holy Grail in the Page of Wands. So we start out with the shadow energy here in the underlying energy. I'll move that way a little bit. Okay, so here, and then the mini cards on top. And below that shadow energy, which in this deck, the SIRIAN Starseed deck, is very much the shadow grid. It's more of a spider webby kind of energy there. And below that was the 10 of Pentacles upright, Ascension, or the World card reversed, the 5 of Wands upright, 5 of Pentacles upright, and the 6 of Cups upright. So the 10 of Pentacles starts the underlying energy, but the High Priestess is reversed, Divine Feminine or Higher Self, Pisces or Virgo reversed perhaps lacking faith in community or family, or foolishness, with the 10 of Pentacles upright and the World reversed, almost done, or perhaps in the 5D, with waves from flames, and Hermit in exile, or the Mary Magdalene cave above the group, being alone in the cave, but in a higher vibration from the group down below, which is they're all dark and robed, as the 6 of Cups is upright with innocent love, the children with temptation waving too, perhaps codependency, or the ball and chain, or friendly Capricorn, or a flare-up of something. With the 10 of Pentacles upright here, right, that energy of family, community, or a business that's very abundant. This can be an institution as well, whether college, a hospital. But it's this energy of the 10 of Pentacles really positive, but it's not ascending. Competing, conflicts and battles, injury, illness, exile, or homelessness, or missing home. With the 6 of Cups upright, that innocent child love of 2 loving each other, here is above the crowd. The need to struggle or play games, and the need to win is that lower energy. The 6 of Cups upright innocents, who are each other's prize, with shadows lurking in another world, perhaps naive to the dangers around them, or overexposure of fame, perhaps. With Capricorn upright and Pisces reversed, and the disillusionment, bored, grounding and integrating how to receive love, or the idle hands of the wealthy, the devil's workshop, or with the ideal family, business, or community here with the Ten of Pentacles, but still needing to learn to love self, to allow others to give to them, simple kindnesses being appreciated, and messages, the offer of love, or even puppy love here, the simple pleasures wasted on the rich and famous. The Four of Pentacles with cards close, holding on in their cave, peeking out to see what the Five of Pentacles in the cave is doing, with the Empress reversed in lack of abundance between them, perhaps two in lack, comparing themselves to the other, having to compete for peanuts, or worried about losing the little that they have. At 12:23, which is the Hanging Man and the King of Wands, the stressing out, not sleeping well, perhaps headaches coming up. And again, the Shah was coming up as the S of Sophia, and the Ha, H-A, is headache. The crying, the nightmares come true. Perhaps just had a child and feeling the financial pinch, or injured or ill amidst those without. Two lovers out in the cold but happy with each other, but mother may be worried about them. The shadow side of worth. Right? So this energy of too little and too much, and getting it just right after left. Or children of the wealthy inspired, or perhaps mad at their parents won't, or uninspired rather. The children of the wealthy who are uninspired, right, because they don't have any reason to become inspired because they have everything handed to them, or those mad at their parents who won't spoil them, like their friends, even if their family is very wealthy. So just because they're wealthy doesn't mean their parents gave them everything. Or friends seeing them as spoiled, but they're not, and then misunderstood, worried about a place to live, healthcare, old age, or having too much and used, or lack of trust, no motivation to learn or grow, to go within, to be kind and patient, or all kinds of patience. Or the web is a problem, always at your beck and call, to spend or compare yourself. The energy of being in the 5G energy and frying, being the sheep amongst the wolves. At 12:34, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, shut the door, hanging out in energetic exchange or hours of love. The recent past of the Nine of Wands is upright here, has been licking their wounds for a long, long time, perhaps defensive and still on guard, or no growth, inspiration, no concept of what it is to truly love to do something, to be connected with higher self, pulling in the wrong kind of energies, or running from the fire just to jump into the frying pan, stealing away or hit and run, with the Chariot and the Knight of Wands both reversed, perhaps having issues with the car or travel, or unable to function, or fell off the horse, or got knocked off and headed to the Magician again, which can represent a doctor as well, with all the tools to make your dreams or healing come true. As Saggy and Cancer are both reversed, Gemini or Virgo and Aquarius upright here, perhaps in the past fell for the star, perhaps they were good on paper, the right DNA, but stuck in dark energies and wanting to protect now your kids or your soulmate. As the foundation is the Aquarius upright and the Knight of Swords upright, which can be an Aquarius energy there, maybe in passing the foundation is in passing 5D messages, perhaps to the Queen of Cups reversed, after dumping a load or their burdens or responsibilities, or perhaps they were confessing, defenseless or without an excuse, of reputation attacked or vulnerable to full exposure, with kids or pets, the sun or vacation and fun, or feeling attacked by a lot of energy, with raise or failure or neediness of others, or being shady under the radar with sudden events, epiphanies, or sexual exchange, or mind-blowing experience. With the 10 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and 6 of Wands all reversed in a row, perhaps non-stop, hurting self, and then attacked or ganged up upon, and maybe just hurt yourself, and then failed or fell off the wagon, or exploding all over the place, Shadow work, deliverance, unnatural sudden event, or blew your crown open wide, or kicked everyone out. Between the web and no sleep, and sending mini-me out on errands, perhaps Pisces and Taurus both reversed, both from different perspectives of wealth and lack around them, trying to figure out how to level up. At 12:54, which is the Hanging Man and the Page of Swords, and that's really funny because my daughter and her friend were just sitting here and they're Pisces and Taurus. So the central energies here is the Page of Wands reversed, the 26, the challenge of the Queen of Cups reversed, and she's number 38, perhaps feeling trapped or anxious or imprisoned or worried or in fear, or the hostage of peace, or when they're away, the High Priestess reversed, with Death upright, the King of Cups reversed, and the Strength card upright. There could be perhaps a Scorpio and Leo there. Perhaps a child or pet or Saggy reversed is really anxious when others leave the house. With Pisces or Virgo reversed and Scorpio upright, the King of Cups reversed may be a watery child or pet. Or Scorpio with Pisces in their chart and or with Leo in their chart, perhaps dealing with a pet or their own beast. With Leo, egos, or perhaps they want a pet or misses one. As the Page of Wands reversed, which is today, and the King of Cups reversed, challenged by the Queen of Cups reversed, with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords both reversed, 2 ungrounded kids or pets, or a lot of negative messages or rumors here and all over the place, with 102, which is the masculine and the feminine with space between. The Queen of Swords is upright. Only the Queen she's the only Queen upright, the Queen of Swords here, at 103, speaking to the Two of Wands, the twin flame energy, where there may be a choice to make or to take action, or the twin flame with the whole truth to or about the Page of Pentacles, the curious one or the student, or perhaps going back to school. Or the Queen of Swords receives an ultimatum or threat to tell everyone to the Page of Pentacles, or to the curious child or student, perhaps Curious George was also coming up today, or the intern, to research it or take a closer look, or an exam perhaps, or the Page of Pentacles is excited above the other students and actually may need to take honors classes or accelerated classes, or perhaps even skip a grade. Or brilliant child may fall prey to temptation coming up here, so warn them of the pitfalls of those who may want something from them that they're not disclosing. Or the Page of Pentacles can handle the truth of crowning achievement, as the mother may worry about them hanging out with older children, right, who may be a bad influence on them, and then the Queen of Swords may not want the Page of Pentacles to be around the King of Cups, Queen of Cups, and Page of Cups and Knight of Cups, who are all reversed here, and that family. Or this family could be grieving or having a service, but the Page of Pentacles can't get out of their obligations or exams to go, or choosing between a scholarly education and sacrifice and partying with family and friends, the sacrifices to be made. Or the Queen of Cups reversed, challenged by her kids being left out, or can't participate due to there could be vax or other restrictions that may be the reason here as to why they can't do something. So now crowning here is the Two of Swords floating on air, comfortably numb, with the Queen of Swords and the Page of Pentacles are the only Queen and Pentacles upright in this read. Perhaps the Page of Wands and Page of Swords both reversed, and perhaps they did something or lied, and the Queen of Swords is making them tell the truth to the Page of Pentacles upright. Perhaps kids at school or work or negative environment. Could be kids whose parents are divorcing and being given a hard time at school, perhaps, or work, and the Page of Wands reversed had received a warning, perhaps, or a timeout or suspension, and now keeping to themselves, perhaps put on medication, and now sharing after the medication and being more charitable, learning how to balance their thoughts and their words by giving to others and or settling out or up. And are you sure this is the right avenue for them, right, to be on drugs? Right, it might start out being this, but is that where it's going to end up, as that movie just came up that I ended up watching last night? I can't remember what it's called, but it was about a Christian family putting their child through this schooling, because to try to not be gay anymore. So that's definitely coming up. The Patient Angel, taking one step at a time, with the wounded warrior 9 of Wands guarded or in guarded condition at present, or guarding their gifts or their ship that's not coming in separation at 1, 2, 3 jump, perhaps a heartbroken or disappointed with the King of Wands upright and the Hermit reversed, or losing their mind, or perhaps the King of Wands is hanging out with a parent with issues. Perhaps a child was diagnosed with what their father has. Perhaps there's a mental disease or a challenge here, or with a parent or grandparent with issues, and coming out above how isolated they felt or still feel. And again, only the Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Emperor were upright in this read. Perhaps the King of Wands doesn't trust the mainstream doctors, or is an alternative one, and is seen as crazy by some, with the 10 of Swords ending pain, or in a painful ending, or between the Hermit reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, with the King of Pentacles there. The Queen of Cups is with the King of Pentacles. Perhaps Sagittarius upright and Virgo reversed. Perhaps a lot of back-to-back or back issues, or back tingling, or infection, or massage. Acupuncture may be coming up here as well, between the Hermit reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed with the King of Pentacles. Perhaps unstable or moving, or visit for a treatment, a break, rest, or a sleep study perhaps. Perhaps coming home, or the party is just over, and getting some rest, and disconnect or at a distance, not seeing eye to eye, or the Queen of Cups reversed and the King of Pentacles upright are not seeing eye to eye, breaking up or laying it or someone to rest. With the 7 of Pentacles upright, or Divine Feminine's heart, and perhaps retiring, perhaps happy with oneself, just being still and with peace of mind. And soon coming up here is the 3 of Pentacles, with the Page of Cups and Knight of Cups both reversed. Perhaps they're the ones tempting the Page of Pentacles at work or school, idle little hands in the Devil's workshop, or just Capricorn Page of Pentacles at work, or has to create with these 2 others, the Page of Cups and Knight of Cups, who maybe they're sad because they just lost someone, or maybe they're manipulative, right? They could be jealous, they could be spoiled, but they could be bad influencers or gossips, or just not happy and antisocial, post-war virus or PTSD, or third party, or the Page of Cups reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed issues. Now that the war is over, and coming together to co-create or create, build, marry, or work out, or small award ceremony, or perhaps a church ceremony of some kind. The twin flames are seeing themselves as the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Perhaps they're saving or withholding or playing hardball. A groundbreaking event planned, or the diamond in the rough about to get their comeuppance, or a plant and a sting. Perhaps a new life, or a steering committee. Oh, that's weird. So the steering committee and then commodity was coming up. And again, there could be literally a police sting here as well. The Hierophant, Justice, and Emperor, and this is very significant here. This is the twin flame and how they see themselves. You have all the redcoats, and it very much came up as the debates of the Republicans on Wednesday night, right? We have the Hierophant, the Justice, and the Emperor here, but they're all upright in positive energy. So, so the redcoats are here. That was at 156, the masculine energies, and the 56 of the 2 of Swords. The political debates, and all 3 upright there, or church, justice, system, and state, or mediation of church and state, with Taurus, Libra, and Aries upright, sending a message at work of the institution, right, the establishment, or 2 small businesses, which may be triggering the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who may be independent. And then the 9 of Pentacles upright sovereign is with the King of Swords reversed in a heated debate with the Queen of Wands reversed, or Republicans overwhelm Democrats in a bold front, leaving the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, pulling themselves above the redcoats into a heated exchange between themselves or amongst themselves, or pissed off getting cut off every time they try to speak, or time of exchange with delays or just feeling it's unfair. So the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Cups is reversed as well. All right, so you have the Ace of Cups reversed over here and the Ace of Pentacles over here. And this is usually seen as how they see themselves and how others see them, or literally someone else around them over here. So again, the withholding of love and the withholding of time, money, and energy on either side over here, which can represent the same since there's not two of the same card. Here can represent them pushing their buttons at time out. Again, the Republicans could be presenting a strong united front, a force to be reckoned with, actually, unwavering base here, overwhelming the Queen of Pentacles reversed, or pressuring her to be that sovereign Nine of Pentacles, or in maybe pushing her into being in the independent party instead. So you can read into that, and I'm not very political there, so however you read into that, you may have other information that may give you specific messages there. But it was definitely putting aside too. You see this feminine energy over here apart from these guys over here. And so I looked up some of the running parties. And again, the only female that came up with the Republicans was Nikki Haley, Trump's ambassador to the UN. And, you know, there was news about who was raising their hands in support. And then the Democratic Party came up with Robert Kennedy and Marianne Williamson, who's a spiritual advisor and author, very interesting. And then that was the day that I was looking up, the day that Trump was being booked. And the next debates were September 27th. So about overturning election results, right, is in the news. Perhaps a daughter and granddaughter here as well in the running, or executive, legislative, and judicial branches here, or men of power and earth, wind, and fire put out, or 3 judges and 3 wise men blocking a new start, or again this energy of President-elect Biden on the Democratic side with Justice Leader Kennedy and Spiritual Leader Williamson, or 2 men of power at Justice of the Peace. And again, we got the 1 and 1, the 2 emperors who be maybe making peace with each other or getting married. Perhaps the Empress reverse is very upset about the Emperor's position. And again, what was coming out in the news was Melania being mad that he used Barron in his funny post-debating advertising type of situation. So around the twins, or how they're seen, is the 5 of Swords reversed, done stretching to be the frog to prince. The 8 of Cups reversed in uncomfortable emotions here of fighting or not wanting confrontation at 244, which is the divine feminine, and the Hercules energy of her harvest. The Hanging Man withholding or saving their time, money, and effort for the 6 of Cups upright, that special innocent union or children, or post-competition, battle, or uncomfortable debate, hanging out in magnetized resonance with their twin and or children instead. The block here is the 7 of Pentacles upright, which is the divine feminine's heart in the E tower here, or temple, the royal house, the 10 of Cups of the happy family, and the emotional cycle complete, or ending an emotional cycle, bridging synchronicities, or admiring all their emotional trophies, especially the invisible ones, the X factor, over the loss or regret of the past, reaping the rewards and co-creating heaven on earth at 251, which is the divine feminine and the King of Swords. The Page of Cups and the 10 of Cups upright, the page is reversed. So the Page of Cups could be coming up as being foolish, perhaps a Cancer energy at night, which can be a child or a pet, or just someone behaving very immaturely, or crying like a baby, or acting like a spoiled child, lacking faith in their hard work or their alignment, child or pet feeling rejected by the 10 of Cups family, and the Queen of Cups reversed with the 4 of Swords at rest or taking a break, or Pisces reversed with Aries in their chart lacking faith in Cancer's work. With the Page of Cups reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and that 10 of Cups family between, or talking about them behind their back, the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups both reversed within the family of the Ten of Cups, which is upright. Perhaps that Page of Cups and Knight of Cups are not social, but they are good working together. Or Capricorn upright and Cancer upright perhaps have back pain here between the Hermit reversed, the Queen of Cups reversed, and the King of Pentacles upright. And again, that could be doing a lot of lifting or taking care of unhealthy people, going home for a rest or on break, and disconnect or at a distance with the Seven of Pentacles upright, assessing their worth or the price that they'll be happy with, or not agreeing on how much they need in order to retire for peace of mind, or just happy being still and keeping to oneself, destined to perform, juggle, or go back to the daily grind. As the Knight of Pentacles is upright, working for or helping an ex, or is being practical and unemotional, lacking affection and holding back an announcement or call. As the Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Swords, both upright here, may be rallying the troops, with Libra upright, Gemini and Aquarius reversed, or Earth, lots of wind, and fired, paying on delivery, or when it's done right. A need for the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords to show more affection and swallow their pride. As the Queen of Cups reversed could be the Page of Cups reversed, feeling rejected, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed may be back from break with a message received and delivery ready to pick up. Perhaps a choice offered here at 3/14, which is Pi Day, and again, that's my daughter's birthday, which is also the 3 of the Empress and the 14 of that Temperance card and that higher love. And then again, that could represent mother and daughter. As the Knight of Wands and this is reversed and the Six of Swords is upright here, making peace. And that could be the Knight of Wands reversed, could be someone feeling paralyzed by their passions. We have the Two of Pentacles upright and the Four of Cups upright. He on land surrendering to all that is and looking up with their eyes closed, and she looking to the stars at sea, which is rocky. He with apples and oranges, and she with 3 and 1, right? Same thing, but different perspectives. Bridging here, or a need to bridge land and sea, and needing to bridge one and all. Again, the vertical and horizontal sort of pillars, or the two sides of the coin. Performing a ceremony by day by sea, and at night in turbulent emotions. And then the Knight of Pentacles proposes the Great Wheel. Destined Two of Swords and Two of Pentacles, both together, one's knowing and the other's ability to juggle and distract the crowds, leaving physical intimacy and judgments out of the equation. In the 5D connection and passing downloads, as the twin flames are in need of inspiration for the flame to be ignited, by taking the steps spiraling up the stairs to heaven on earth, or earthy Libra willing to take emotional steps while foregoing a physical relationship, as the Divine Masculine's heart in the Crystal Batcave, or the Four of Pentacles, is actually now seeing or feeling the Ten of Swords pain that the other went through to break through the ring of fire, the pain of birth, and the Ten of Swords of longing, of bursting through with a rebel yell, the eye of the tiger, or literally peeking into the delivery room to see how it's coming. A lot of pain for the Queen of Cups reversed, as the King of Pentacles goes home to rest. Some time apart to gather themselves, to be satisfied with themselves, with peace of mind, keeping the golden goose in check before back to juggling as the Knight of Pentacles, humble loyal servant, to perhaps to mean and judgmental people in their daily grind in order to get through it, to get to the Knight of Swords upright. The delivery makes it all worthwhile, as the message they bring, and willing to pay for their words. A penny for your thoughts, or perhaps a gold coin. I'm willing to forsake others and tone down the charm, in trying to wake the dead without singing too loudly in your ear. The loyal humble servant and the messenger of truth, through lack of sex and poor judgment, through exes and blowhards, to pass only onto each other in sickness and lack of divinity, the twin flames and the Knight of Wands reversed, with the justice of peace, both surrendering their side of the coin toss and stargazing, as the Knight of Pentacles upright proposes everything: Adam or atom, and atome or atom, all languages of quantum love and physics, and crystal spiral with some emotion backing it up, and a need for rings to ignite, please, to end the pain once and for all, and make that leap through the ring of fire, folding in upon each other, inside out and all the way through, for the eye of the crouching tiger to meet the master lioness of the hidden house's key and make harmony. Girl on fire, as spine may be burning, as the man floating on air with the greatest of ease through her ring of fire and flying trapezes in magic swords and orbs of bliss. I wouldn't be amiss to this. Through the birth canal, over the emotional pain, the King of Pentacles is upright, and his skeletons of the Akash present to their 2 cups and their flame, 2 flames ignited by the Egyptian rock stars and music of the spheres, ride on back, staff interviewing the stars, in a supernova dreams come true moment, and a moment, and another moment, and so on, and so it is. The star, which is the ST and AR, the path of R, which is the A of the rocket, the R of the row, of the rolling stones, and the surprise bright light of the ash on top, reflecting blue rays, or rays, rhythm, and blues. And there was resonance of the Empress and the Knight of Swords there, the Mother of Rain, and rain over me and turn me on, as the Father of Blues blew them off. Running hot and cold and on empty, Pinocchio and Frosty, until they were just one big old pile of warm, mushy, well hydrated, and no longer woody, real live boy standing in front of a girl, asking her to love him. And so it is. So that was your message there. So I am going to, so again, I was going through a lot of the Greek cards to get some of those energies there. And then I did a Divine Masculine read here. So we'll see if it applies to you or not. It was just from the Rider-Waite deck. Let's see if I can find that. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. All right, so this is just a Divine Masculine read. And this was done at 12:40 on the 25th. That was yesterday. So it's actually 12:40 a.m. in the morning, so not yesterday afternoon, but the night before. The underlying energy was the Star, the 5 of Cups reversed, the 3 of Pentacles upright, and the 9 of Cups reversed. The Star healed and dreams come true, getting over the past and honoring each other, not needing to get our way, but a need to just accept and be happy with ourselves as we are now, coming together to co-create. Means no longer being alone, all one, instead being 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, perhaps 6, 7, 8, or 9. As the recent past here is the 10 of Swords with a lot of pain, and the recent, or the right hip, this was coming up from the card, the right hip to the right SIJ, mid-back to waist, which is the most vulnerable point in the body, right, where the 2 halves come together, the right wing, C7 coming up, as well as the left inner ear. And like I said in my Instagram post, the spinal alignment also came up from the cards there, which also brought up, when I looked at that card, it wasn't just the spinal alignment. Let me see if I have that card here. But there was a blue apatite or topaz-y colored stone, so I wanted to show you that because that came up as being really significant. And also just those 2 cards, because they're like the sword and the stone. And then the the caduceus energy here as well came up, I think. Let's see if I can find the other card. So I think those came up together actually, but I want to show you that. Where are you? Here it is. Okay. So these two cards, I think it was these two cards came up together, but I wanted you to see, look at that stone right there. That is the color that came up as very significant for healing here. Okay, it's kind of like a bright teal energy. But just the blues in general were coming up on my Instagram reads as well. And again, the medical, physical body is coming up here, the sword and the stone. So I wanted you to see that energy as well. And again, that stone, so I'd done this the night before yesterday, and then last night I watched Magenta, and she was talking about the kingfisher. So I looked up the picture of the kingfisher too, which was exactly that same energy here. So again, this is the energy of this color stone that was coming up. Really, sorry about that. Really a beautiful energy there, this color. So yeah, all right. So let me put that sideways. All right, so just really feel into that energy here. Sorry about that. Okay, so just feel into that energy. And what else wanted to come up? I wanted to show you, I even have it here. So the kingfisher came up with magenta pixie, so I wanted to see the color of that because that was coming up as I had just done that posting about the stone, and it came up exactly the same color. So the kingfisher, I wanted to show you this really beautiful picture. So here was a beautiful picture that came up online of the kingfisher. So you can watch her video to see what she was talking about. But again, she was talking about all the ranges of the blues, but this is the most significant she was talking about. All right, so again, this energy of the spine and healing the body, and that color coming up, and again, the solar plexus, the lungs, and the throat were coming up earlier. And then here we have the right hip, right SI joint, the mid back, which is the waist, very vulnerable there, especially if you jam in that area. The right wing, the C7, and then the left inner ear. And the cervical spine came up in another card as well, so very significant. So where the upper body attaches to the lower body with no bone, it's only attached by muscles and vessels, nerves, and a leap of faith to the inner thigh, another sensitive point. The bone of contention, a waist of crotch, so to speak, in the space between. The waist of crotch, the words broke down to two U's, human with connection, reaching within the path of the whispering bench, the rowboat at the intersection at the 22-yard line, the channeling of I am, the horsepower of Ea, each the whore that sees, the ABCs, the deaf, falling on deaf ears and closed eyes. Aye, Capitan, I am the tan man with a yellow hat, a curious monkey and crowned man with a chakra system with direct connect to God, taking the whole and breaking it down in threes, talking about you and me. The foundation of the Six of Swords and peace as the threading is done. The Six of Swords is great compared to the Ten of Swords. It's all relative, you know, when talking perspective and moving to calmer waters. The central energy of the Six of Wands is being seen in all your glory, with good reputation, victorious with good news to bring, and the challenge being the Three of Wands reversed, looking back to the past, not here and now, in the moments between, when there's no one or nothing to distract us from our inner being. And now crowning is the Knight of Pentacles upright, for once you are seen victorious. Your need to be seen is then no longer. From not having to having, bridging pairs that then collapse into nothingness. The need to impress is an illusion. since in the end it only matters what you think of yourself, your contribution to all via your God fractal's intention to self. Contributing to the greater good, each aspect of Source Creator loving themselves then wells up as a collective as the heart grows 3 times that day at 1, 2, 3 leap. So the journeyman rises to become the Knight of Pentacles, which is not something smaller, just knowing your own worth to you. That when you are full of you, you then overflow and must give to others naturally, birthing and birthing and birthing infinitely, folding inside out, and Spirit connecting with me, folding inside out and through one another to the other side to side, to vertically collapse this and that to the nth degree is and at, or at ease, at is. Soon is the 5 of Swords upright, facing your fears of loss and gain, to find the middle ground and begin again, in every now moment. He seeing himself as the Strength card reversed, when at peace, needing the strength to be courageous and sovereign, and being weak to fall in love with self again, to be sick and unable to care for themselves, and then completely be independent and self-reliant, to accept both realities in every moment, to have faith, ease, and grace in every atonement, at one intention, at 134, the masculine and that energy exchange, or arrows of love, the block here being the 8 of Cups upright, the challenge being the past and blocked by walking away and within, to find that missing puzzle piece, the key to crack the code, the C code, that whispering bench, that arc, that bridge, the whispering bench ode or lyrical poem song, the codex, which is the arc and the ode and the X dance, a public event, the codex. In astrophysics, or in order or factor of 10, the order of magnitude, nimble like the river run through it, and able to change direction in a multidimensional way of great magnitude. Co-rivers, those who show intensity and feistiness, those who scratch, tear, grate, and rake, who slope, ascend, to arrive and let happen, to get to the shoreline, the bank of the river, to the death, to be willing to march into hell for that heavenly cause. For as you face hell, you get through to heaven. The dark night rides after the peak and the king of the hill, to the valley of the shadow of death, where I allow the dark to see the light, as my shadow always falls behind, in front to remind us, just 'cause you can't see it, it's always with you. When you get in your own way, those on your path to reflect where you've been, until you accept it and it disappears, or ghosts you. Now you see it, and now you don't. Again, the magician is where it's at, the mother god of the inner child, the informed consent, and the ice cream. I see the whispering bench regarding the I am, the arc of inspiration. To aspire is desire, passion, and human ego. To inspire is just being. I scream, you scream, but we all scream, I see, regarding I am, at 159, which is the divine masculine, and the 59 of that moment before, that inner war, right? The anticipation of that next moment. The 7 of Pentacles is upright, reaping the moment. Even negative self-talk, detoxing the 10 of Pentacles upright, having it all with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, wounded warrior, or perhaps the wrong person, and the Queen of Cups upright, letting it all go, in a wake-up call to the King of Cups and the 6 of Cups, with unconditional love and innocent love, 1 and 2. You can be unconditionally loving alone with yourself, but can you actually be innocent alone? For there is no innocence without guilt. Otherwise, it's just love. Given a choice to end suffering, the twin flames struggle to see it in another way, when hung out to dry, or boldly going where no man has gone before, to the Queen of Swords reversed with the 10 of Cups reversed, tunneling through to the Page of Wands, which is today, to be inspired with the storm at your back, out of your field of view. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. The separation or disappointment between the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords going their own way. As the Page of Wands is going forward and the Knight of Swords back, the Page of Pentacles is up and curious after inspiration and deliverance. The Eight of Swords upright trapped by the moon when the light fades and then doubt creeps in. The Empress upright sitting pretty and the Fool free to roam. As Cancer, Taurus, Aries are upright, but the King of Wands is reversed and beat down or exhausted, and offers the Ace of Pentacles upright to rise above and awaken, not sleep and levitate at 2:14, Valentine's Day, and end conflict and celebrate joy of breakup or lack of affection, schooling the golden goose and destined to be presented with a new passion, with Gemini reversed and Libra upright offering the Ace of Wands because there ain't no sunshine when she's gone, standing up for self to divorce or for spiritual beliefs that may trigger the innocent or be seen as dumping on them, overwhelming the Page of Cups, patient angel, over the Emperor reversed and the High Priestess reversed, and the Hermit shedding light on it all, with Taurus reversed and Saggy upright, Aries reversed and Pisces reversed, with Virgo upright, juggling whistleblower or dancing fool, suddenly aroused, realization or sudden event, blowing their top, their crown, their mind, or lightning strikes with the King of Pentacles, who recovers with justice of home and union, of Scorpio and Libra upright and home dumping emotional attachments, or multiple loads with the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands falling out of line, trying to get around the Knight of Cups reversed, who may be a slowpoke here, or purposefully in the way, with new information or clarity of the King of Swords reversed coming full circle, or with the Divine Feminine or Pisces, neighbor or world, and sharing, settling out, or all must go, getting a steal, or starting over, but their tools got stolen. Perhaps they're feeling insecure or manipulated, or they got manipulated out of them, haggling in a split, or overworked in a breakup, in disconnect or at a distance and not seeing eye to eye. Too much hard work with Atlas energy here and the weight of the world at 227, the feminine, and that 27 of the Ace of Wands, but also the Queen's Gambit. And that's how that goes for the Divine Masculine's message. And might as well, I have a real quick one too here. I'll give you two. And this is just from the Fortunes Oracle. If I can get to there, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Oh, not the Fortune. Is that the Fortune? No. Let's see. Oh, here it is. So it's just these cards from the Fortunes Oracle. I'll bring it up a little closer. Okay, so the underlying energy on the left, and I pulled 3 cards, and then the extra cards that want to come out to add to the message there. So this was done yesterday at 2:08 to 9. The underlying energy was the Lovers, 18, after the 26 of the Page of Wands took off to Fantasy Island. The 35 of the Wounded Warrior's heart is an open book, all lit up in their hands, as romantic lovers are being true to themselves, with Fire and Cancer romance, or surrendering toward 9:18, or the 26, 8, and 35, 8, and the 18. You see all the 8s coming up. The power in the 8 dance of excitement, surrender, and life. The 23 of the King of Wands, Wise Owl, watching the children having fun. In a dream come true of love and transition of gold, and leaping from 7 to 13, the world created in days 7 to 12, resting on the 13th, the next week to ground and integrate, with Fire, Aquarius, and Scorpio there. To beware of the Empress, don't fool Mother Nature, as she is the best shapeshifter of all, an adept camouflage. See the iguana and the dragonfly, the pulsing heart as Cinderella's chariot approaches at 2:22, as the sun totally came out right at that moment, the 4 unicorns and the coach all lit up. Destined fire, and a good one at that, as 29, 28, and 27 come up, the star, the snake, and the proposal, the gift from the stars, and the twin flames, Queen's Gambit, extending a gesture to link up and exchange rings, to share the skeleton keys, and sudden longing to yawn and roar, with Libra, Capricorn, Scorpio, and the key to their heart. A wake-up call to what jumps off the page, the patient angel, Queen of Wands, and Omega, and the Divine Feminine's ego, and enlightenment in slowing down. The Divine Masculine to the 4, which is that lambda leap, and the Divine Feminine to the 4 of the lambda leap. So again, both jumping to source, which then brings them together in the lambda leap and the 33 bridge, with white horse or unicorn, you can only see their horn in 5D and above, and the dark horse shadow at the gates, with number 19 of the sun and luck of the 4-leaf clover and the 4 chambers of the 2 Tauruses enveloped in each other's charms. Okay, so you see there's a lot of romantic love coming up in all of the messages here. Let me just show you the other side too, as I had it turned. So the card's over here. So just a quick pull here at the end for you guys. Where do I want to pull from? We'll pull from the animal deck here. Okay, so here's the animal deck. From the animal deck. Oh, that came right out. Flipped right into my thumb. Under my thumb. And this is coming up as that kingfisher, even though it's not exactly, it is the same colors. It's the bluebird, but the kingfisher is blue and orange. So it is confirming that the sun and the sun, the bluebird of your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments you so richly deserve. And the sunflowers were coming out really big in that last message I did today as well. So the kingfisher is like all the range of blues. Again, watch Magenta Pixie's video about that. And we also have the Princess of Summer here, the dear one. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and experienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event, right? As that bluebird of happiness comes out in the sun and the Princess of Summer, which is the cups energy of the Page of Cups. And then we have the 10 of Winter of the Siberian Husky Dog, which can represent bliss. The end of the career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits. And you notice the fire hydrant right there too. Okay, so that's the 10 of Swords, which can be the end of the pain, but also can be the bliss of the swords dropping out of your back. And the Lovers, look at that, the flamingos. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. As the flamingos envelop in each other, and like the dragonflies, the 2 as 1 hearts. And there's a little green butterfly there too. So we have the pinks, a lot of pink and green in this picture, right, of the heart. Oh, and take the risk. Look, someone's taking your stuff, the magpie. Caution will help avoid these loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions as well as what others might be doing behind your back. So again, that came up with another card as well. And there's the I have to just show you this because the Emperor's the mouse. It's so cute, right? That sweet part of the Emperor. And the zebra's balance, the 14 of that higher love. The bottom of the deck is the 3 of Summer. So again, that 3 of Cups of socializing and coming together in joy. The hummingbird, you have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. Okay, so there's a lot of beautiful energies coming up for you guys. Okay, remember to breathe. Remember to drink plenty of water and get plenty of rest. Joy in nature. Get your feet out there in the grass while we still can, while it's still nice and warm out. And as always, rise and be loved. Love and rise. It's in their eyes.